and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Nerdzone on the Nerdport Network. I am your host, F and Ronnie.
I am Trips. The Trips and Hacks show will be back this week. There was Wedding Mania running wild. Trips and Hack, yeah. Trips and Monstar show.
Oh,
There was
and for one night only, it was the Trips and Hacks show.
Yes, it was. Yeah, it was Wedding Mania with Hack actually, and
Yes.
our review of I Am Here Now will be up. I haven't done it yet. My apologies. I'll get it to you guys so you can hear it on the Nerdport, I guess Friday or Saturday, whenever you.
Whenever you get it up, the next day I'll probably be. Right now, I've been streaming Perfect Dark, and I am almost finished with that. And it's for in October. I have a couple Halloween or horror games that I want to run.
Resident Evil.
No, actually, Pure Saw Condemned.
Oh, Saw. Oh.
Yeah, that's a bad game. That's a bad game.
Saw 2 was horrible.
Oh, Saw 2 I paid $60 for, and I wanted every bit of my money back.
You paid $60 for Saw 2?
For the game? For the game.
Hell no. I want to be very, very clear. Nah.
What
Dude,
the?
I didn't know. Because I thought I was getting the exact same thing I was with Saw 1. I was not expecting no fucking.
You bought Saw 2, you're like, oh my god, this is awesome. Oh, this is gonna be amazing. This is gonna be amazing. And as soon as you hit start.
Sorry, motherfuckers. Y'all ain't got no heart.
Dude, no, okay, so here's the thing. When I played Saw 1, it was like, oh, they're great. It's a puzzle game. It actually feels like you're actually in Saw. One of those type of games. Play Saw 2, it's like, the fuck is this shit?
What, you play Saw 2, it's.
Oh, that's
Shit.
on the list. That's on the list for worst games of all time.
The shit bomb. All right. So, anyway, oh yeah. Twitter, Misfit NXC. You can find me at NXC. Facebook.com/Trips and Monstar. You can check the Trips and Monstar show out. Like, subscribe, review, all that bullshit. If you give us 5 stars, yay. If you don't, hey, it is what it is.
For us, it's at F and Ronnie at the Nerdport for Twitter, at Nerdport for Twitch, and at the Port for YouTube.
Yeah, when are you actually gonna make it back on iTunes again?
Hopefully.
In fact, I had people asking like, what about iTunes? Where, when can I get the Nerdport? Where can I get this show back on iTunes?
Hopefully soon. Doing live.
All right. I mean, I'll say. I mean, we're live right now on Twitch.
No, I meant like the old way of doing it, so it can just up.
Oh, Blog Talk Radio.
Without Blog Talk Radio, I would rather do something else.
Blog Talk Radio. Yes.
But yes.
All right. Let's talk about LeVar Ball and his beautiful homeschooling.
Yes, we'll do LeVar Ball, then we'll talk because we'll make our predictions for the NFL We'll make our predictions for Major League after we do talk about LeVar.
Pertaining to sports. So apparently he can't help people in Puerto Rico, but he can dedicate a golf trophy to him.
Who, Trump?
Yeah, retarded.
Did you see what people are twisting his fucking words today?
What now?
So he was over in Puerto Rico, and he said phonetically, saying, "Oh, Puerto Rico's killing the budget," but he goes, "But they cut it off there. They cut it off there when he said that." What he said afterwards was, "But if it saves lives, it doesn't really matter." Guess what? Guess what? CNN and TMZ took.
He's killing the budget.
Puerto Rico's killing the budget.
Oh shit! Here we go.
Oh, right, and everyone's like, and everyone's just going, "He said this, he said that." I go, "Did you listen to the fucking press conference? Jesus Christ.
Nobody listens to the press conference. They were too busy listening to Tom Petty songs all day long.
Yes, rip Tom Petty.
I'm not ripping Tom Petty. I mean, he died, but certain radio stations just need to stop playing every fucking song he's ever done in his life.
By the way, I'm surprised they haven't done a 24-hour marathon of Jerry Maguire.
And here's Tom Petty's song that he wrote back when he was 15 years old.
God damn.
It never meant to see the light of day, but we have it.
Yes, just like Prince's 33 million songs that are in his vault.
Oh my God. When Prince died, it was like, here's the Prince show for 3 days straight. It's just like,
Y'all think Tupac had a lot of new music? Just wait until they unload Prince's shit.
my extra time in your kiss.
All right, so
I heard that for
we
4.
want to talk MLB first, or talk real quick.
All right, what happened with the Coke Nose?
So you like that? Okay, so British tennis player has been suspended for a year. Something David, like Brian David, I think, because he tested positive for cocaine.
Well, does he just like a lot of coffee, or did he have like his fucked up nose, or what?
Oh, first off, they this test, and it came back that he had coke in his. Suspended for a year. I didn't listen. Out of all the things, tennis players, coke would be the last thing on my mind. I would have thought like Adderall or not coke.
Well, Coke is mega speed.
No, it's crack.
But the thing is, how good is he?
Oh, not that good.
So we needed the Coke, man, and it didn't even help him.
No, he's like, I think his best finish was 4th round. Australian Open.
So this is a who gives a shit.
Yeah, but I just think it was funny the fact that he got busted for fucking cocaine.
So he's basic. So first off, he sucks, and now we find out he has a PED that has made him suck.
Yep.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
My new nickname for him is Dr. Roxo, because he does cocaine.
What the what? No.
Have you seen?
Yeah, I've seen that, but here's the thing. First off, you playing tennis, you can't make it to the finals. So basically you suck. Or you don't suck. All right, you're not as good. So then you snort the nose candy hoping to be better, or are you just snorting the nose candy because you're addicted to Coke?
I think he's addicted to coke, because let's put it this way.
Does he listen to 80s music too and have
he did turn pro in 2006.
Does he listen to Don Johnson's Heartbeat and snort Coke like it's the 80s?
In Highway to the Danger Zone.
Yeah, apparently, yeah. So, all right, next issue, because Coke Nose, stupid, dumb.
I just thought it was fucking hilarious, the fact that he got busted. The fact that, first off, it's tennis.
He got busted.
They are very. You gotta remember though, tennis. How many drug-related incidents do you hear in tennis?
Well, there's roids.
Besides, I meant like weed, coke, like shit like that. When do you ever? They're very lax about certain.
Nobody gives a shit.
What I'm saying is though, you don't hear that much about it because they don't care. The fact that this made British headlines.
And in tennis today, dumb motherfucker got caught with cocaine. In related story, he sucks anyway. He always goes out the first round.
Ranked number 68 in the nation.
Maybe he should smoke marijuana instead if he's going out in the first round. Maybe
It,
to slow down.
yeah, no uppers, downers, bro.
Oh my god. All right, all right.
Crush
Next,
adrenaline pills into your weed. Make some LSD.
all right. Next, in the wide world of ball,
Oh, Jesus, this motherfucker.
LeVar Ball has basically taken his son LaMelo out of what is it, Chico Hills Academy?
First off, just that statement right there. LaMelo from Chico.
Yeah, I guess it's Chico Hills. I think it's what it is, Chico Hills Academy. He has taken him out of the school because he does not like the Chico Hills basketball coach. And he has said, then I will homeschool him and I will make him. This coach is not going to help him become the greatest basketball player of all time. So I'm going to homeschool him and he's going to become the greatest basketball player of all time.
Reading, what's that?
Wait, hold on.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
Ah, kid. Wait, is there such thing as a? Is he the first? Is he the first redneck, or is he considered white?
He's not white trash. He's.
Watch it. Watch it.
All right, there are hood people that are like, you dumb motherfucker.
Yeah, he ain't got no heart.
Wait. So how is he going to get to the NBA if he's homeschooled? Well, first off, he has to get a diploma, an actual GED or whatever, certificate of completion, because he can't go to college. Because he can't go to college. Or is LeVar Ball going to basically make LaMelo play in Italy for a year or two?
The one time one and done terminology actually comes in handy.
Yeah, it's retarded. It's like,
Remember, same kid on live television dropped the N-words.
yeah, he needs school. Apparently, LeVar Ball doesn't think he needs school, but LeVar Ball also thinks that people are going to pay $300 for his stupid shoes. He needs a lobotomy.
He needs some milk.
All right. Let's get off this guy because I don't give a shit anymore. Anyway, so the NBA has adopted a new All-Star model. Apparently, okay, it's weird here. It's no longer East and West.
Okay.
It's no longer Eastern Conference versus Western Conference. There will be the two top vote getters. Like it's fans 50%, players 25%, media 25%. They still pick the players for who's going to get it, right? Basically what happens is these two top vote getters become the captains, become team captains, and they basically pick their own team based on that pool. So they draft their own team based on that pool.
So they're pretty much almost taking what NFL tried to do?
And they failed.
Yeah, was that it? Was the NFL the first one to try that?
Yeah, the NFL tried to do that and they failed because it made no sense. It's like, oh, I'm going to pick this, and we're going to do that. Well, the thing is, the problem with the Pro Bowl is there is no incentive to play the Pro Bowl.
Oh, it's a glorified 7-on-7.
Basically. And if you looked at the All-Star game last year, I mean, 182 to 192 or whatever the hell it was ridiculous. Basically, nobody played offense. You saw people just walking down the court. It was a disgrace. What they need to do something like how baseball is done to make the All-Star game matter. And my idea is, all right, in the NBA, you could take the baseball model where like the winning team or winning conference or whatever. Well, now with this model, you can't really do that, but you sort of can't, I don't know. The winning team basically gets home field or, home court.
Yeah.
In the championship or whatever. In the NFL, the way you can make players play harder, bonuses.
Oh yeah, give them more money.
Money. For like say for 100 yards, you get a $10,000 bonus.
Well, okay. So I originally was like, you know how everyone says that these players make.
Oh God, the people overpaid assholes, America. All right.
Now listen. Now here, you want to know my idea, and hey, listen. If they want to get their money, fine. What I don't like is these guys that are overpaid and not hustling.
Right. What I'm saying though, for the Pro Bowl, like have added incentives. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get exactly what you mean. Like you make
Like,
this
like
much
this.
for making it. Like you make this much for making it to the Pro Bowl, but then for every get 100 yards rushing, you make an extra 5,000.
Or 10,000 or whatever. But the thing is, like, it's hard to do that because they have like people. So, all right, 25 yards, 25 yards, you get like $2,000. You know what I mean? Or some shit like that. Like, have a rolling incentive scale. Like, have a climbing like a ladder incentive scale. So for defensive players and offensive players, so they can do something. Same as you can have it in the NBA. You know, you score this many points, you get this bonus. You know, you block this shot or whatever, you get
You know
this.
what they're gonna do? You remember back in the day, and they had an extra. They remember in the NBA when they would do like a celebrity game, and they had 3 different baskets,
Yeah.
and they did like, hey, if you score here, it's regular. If you score in the mini hoop, it's only a point, no matter where you shoot. Shoot it on the fucking whole ass basket, it's like 4 points.
It's so stupid because I don't want to see that crap because then the celebrity games are annoying. It's like, I don't know if I can play basketball.
It's the Teddy Hart. It's the Teddy Hart of.
It's so bullshit. All right, there's only one celebrity game that's any decent, and it's the hockey game. Because the celebrity hockey game,
celebrity softball, the celebrity softball games.
No, but the
celebrity softball game can be fun.
All right, the celebrity hockey game, they actually play hockey and they want to beat the shit out of each other. So they play.
Yeah.
The celebrity softball games like, I play softball.
Yeah, but it's always fun to see Chris Christie waddle his fat ass.
Nah, I could give a shit less. I don't watch that shit. I seriously don't watch I don't watch the Pro Bowl really. I mean, I'll watch it for a little bit.
I think a lot of the stuff. Let's face it, me and you both know that a lot of the game, a lot of the stuff is people only watch it for the fucking skill game.
I don't.
90% of the time.
The Pro Bowl you can sort of watch, and you know it is football, even though it's a really loose simile of it. That's why they need to do something about that.
They need to make do they really have like a skill game? You know how like the basketball. Like
Yeah, those. Yeah, they have the skills games. I saw those. Basketball, you can watch the slam dunk contest, and you don't give a shit about the All-Star game because nobody cares.
No, no one cares. That's literally that is the All-Star game. 3-point contest and the dunk contest are the All-Star.
Yeah, baseball, you watch the home run derby, and then, but the thing is, they do make the game count. But the thing is, baseball's so fucking boring to watch on TV. I'm sorry, it is.
What they need to do is, and I'm sorry, but this is a problem with the MLB and everything. You want these? They gotta lower price.
You gotta make the game more entertaining. I mean, it's boring.
Here's the thing. Well, no. Here's the thing. Even if the game is bad, please. Here's an idea. Bring in. Lower the prices, like. Just to get into the damn stadium. Make them $20. Not even cheap seats. Make the decent. Like if they're not there, have walk-ups just be $20 to get in, no matter where you're sitting. Because at least then you don't have to see an empty seat on TV. AKA the New York Yankees, that behind the home plate is $10,000 a ticket, and it's 90% of the time it's empty.
Well, again, baseball is boring. And like, if you play, all right, if you go to a baseball game, it's okay. I get it. Oh, I'm going to a ball game, blah, blah. But we live in an ADD society. We live in an ADD society where somebody can be talking or watching a TV show or whatever. As soon as something comes up on your phone, what are you doing? You're checking your phone, or you're watching a TV show and watching your phone at the same time, or you're doing this and that and this and that. Like, if
It's
you're at work, you're still checking your phone.
if
Whatever.
it's like more entertaining going. The only game, really two games that are entertaining to watch on TV: football and hockey.
All right, football, because football is made perfectly for the ADD society, because you watch play. Oh my God, you say something on Facebook or whatever about it, like and then what are you doing? You're back to the next play. You
Because they have they have those 30-second intervals.
right, or you go, you watch a thing and then at commercial you tweet about it or whatever the hell you do. Hockey, you just listen to the play-by-play guy. Baseball, you all right, baseball, when I watch baseball, I do other things and have the game on.
Yeah, it's same with golf, the same with NASCAR. It's all background noise.
Baseball is a sport tailor-made for radio.
Only time you really watch baseball is what's going on in about 30 minutes.
Yeah, like Sports Center, basically. Like, baseball is...
No, I'm saying playoffs. Like, I know people, like, I will sit down and watch baseball games, and it's the playoff.
I'm still going to have something else on in the background. I'm still going to...
But I'm saying, that's the thing, though. I actually like it, because it matters. Playoff baseball matters.
Yeah, it's one and done.
Yeah, well, or a series. But I'm saying there's, like, when it comes to baseball, it actually means something, playoffs. It's 7 games, first to 4 or the first to 1 as in a night. It's over. In the regular season...
Yeah, but does it change... But does it change the fact that the game is fucking boring? No.
There's a little more tension when it comes to playoffs. I will say that when it's the regular season, gives a fuck. It's 100 games. It's if you fucking see one game, it's whatever.
All right. The wild card game, that is tension because one and done. The series is not. Game 1 of the series, you're like, game 2 of the series, unless unless you're 0-3 or 3-0 and you're about to stomp somebody out or get eliminated, or if you're on the brink of elimination, the game is boring. I'm sorry, this is a game that's tailor-made for radio. That's how old baseball is.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to disagree with you.
Hear it. It's tailor-made for radio. It's you put the game on at the beach or whatever on the radio, and it's high and it's caught. And you're like, oh, that's nice. Oh, look at that. Somebody's in the beach. Like, that's what it is. Football is like football. If you listen to a football game on the radio, you get angry because you want to see the damn game.
Yeah.
It's like, it's like you have
someone getting deep.
No, or especially with flags and challenges. Well, let's see if he does. I don't know. Maybe he has it. Maybe he hasn't. You're like, I want to see the fucking game.
There's only one. And I'm not a Yankee fan, but let's face it. When the only thing you really hear coming for Yankees is when you hear the Yankees win.
Yeah.
Like, radio has some of the best announcers.
Radio is some of the best announcers for football. I mean, you got freaking oh my God. People in Philly are gonna kill me.
Oh, that from West 1?
No. Merrill Reese.
Merrill Reese, yeah.
It's good.
Or John, what's his name? It is high, it is long, it is out of here.
I mean, Harry. All right, Harry Carey.
Oh yes, Harry Carey is fucking
Merrill Reese. Harry Carey and Merrill Reese, like, when the Eagles are playing at home, sometimes I will turn the game, the sound for Fox or whatever off, and put on the radio with Merrill Reese.
Yeah, because Merrill Reese is better than Joe Buck.
Yeah, I have no problem with Joe Buck. Anyway,
No, but I just think Joe Buck is not like. If I had to pick between the radio announcers and, I'm going with the radio. The only one that I could actually listen to and not be bored is Gruden.
I like Johnson. I like Gus.
Okay,
But
fair
anyway-
enough. Fair enough.
But anyway, like the playoffs, I mean, people get psyched for the playoffs. The one game, like, oh my God, the wild card game, it's on, yeah! And then what happens? They get psyched for game one of the series. And then after that, they're like, okay, maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I won't. The only time they will go back in to watch a baseball game usually is when some team's on the brink of elimination. That's it.
Usually, well, when it comes to ratings, it's usually 90% of the chance. The biggest ones are Game 4, Game 6, or Game 7.
That's it. That's it. Because it's so damn boring.
Those are the biggest ratings. But when it comes to hype, Game 1 is always the most hype because it's Game.
Yeah, and they hype it. Oh, the first pitch. You watch the first inning, you're like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna check out on this 4 hours later. I have done it before. I've watched the first pitch, be like,
A lot of times I'll just wait till Sports Center.
no, I will check out the first pitch or the first inning, be like, all right, I'm gonna go to a movie. Go to a movie, come back, and it's like in the 8th inning. I'm like, thank God.
Yeah. Speaking of playoffs, who you got tonight?
Playoffs. It's in New York, right?
It's in New York and it's against the Twins.
I'm gonna go with the Yankees.
Are you gonna take Yankees Cleveland?
I
the
hate,
first round.
even though I hate the fucking Yankees, I'm gonna take the Yankees and then.
Oh no, I'm taking the Yankees too, and I'm taking Cleveland in 5.
Spank them. The Indians are gonna spank them.
Boston or Houston.
Boston or Houston?
That's the next round. Yeah.
Boston.
So all right, so Boston versus Francona's former his team now versus his former team. So the Indians versus the Red Sox. Who do you have going to World Series?
All you friends of the feather, I'm taking the Indians. Tribe. Taking the Tribe. All right.
Now on the NL, you have for the wild card game the Rockies versus the Diamondbacks. It's in Arizona.
I gotta go with the Diamondbacks.
Yeah, I don't know much about Colorado. I know Arizona was Diamondbacks were doing really well this year.
Arizona's peaking at the right time, so.
Yeah. The Cubbies versus the Nats.
As much as like one of my friends would take the Nats because they have this great record, the East was shitty this year.
Oh yeah, it was. It was bad, and they weren't even that good.
Shitty. The Mets. I thought the Mets were decent. I thought the Mets were going to be decent. Nope. I thought the Braves were going to be decent. Nope. There was only one team with a winning record in the East, and that was the Nats.
Yeah.
They were basically handed the East.
They were the NFC West of baseball.
What was it? A couple years earlier, a couple years ago, where it was the NFC least.
Yeah.
This
Yes.
is the NL least. This is the NL least with the Nationals running away with it. I got to take. For that reason, I got to take the Cubs because the Cubs have actually played people.
Yeah. And now you have Arizona versus the best team in baseball, LA Dodgers.
The Dodgers versus Arizona.
Yeah.
Got to go with the Dodgers. I mean the LA. That's the reason why the Rams, even though the Rams are winning, they can't. Well, the Chargers are a lost cause, but why the Rams can't get a lot of people to come to that stadium right now is because everybody's going gaga over the Dodgers.
Oh, the Dodgers are being amazing. And a lot of people I know are taking Arizona, but no. LA.
I'm going Dodgers. I'm going Dodgers.
Now, LA or Cubs?
I gotta go with the Cubbies.
Yeah, I'm taking the Cubbies too. I had Cubbies Indians going in the World Series.
And the tribe gets revenge.
I really could give two shits who. I'm gonna actually enjoy watching that.
I'm picking the Indians. I'm picking the Indians to win it.
I would love to see the Indians win it for Francona's sake. But
the championship. Oh my God, the Indians win the championship. All right.
oh, you know they have to have him call like the first inning.
Oh, Bob Uecker.
Yeah, they have to have Uecker.
Oh, you friends of the feather.
I'm sorry, they fucked up last year, and not having Charlie Sheen throw out the first pitch.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I think the Cubbies are going to repeat.
Yeah. But here's the thing. Do you think baseball has recovered from the strike?
I don't think it's recovered yet from the steroid era.
I don't think I still don't think that baseball has recovered from the strike.
I can see that, but here's my problem though: is you say the strike. I think the fans are still like, oh well, we still want the long ball, but MLB's not. They're not like. They're turning their eye. They're not turning their eye on anything. So it's like. But the funny part is, it's like you all want the long ball. The minute someone starts hitting 60 home runs, you're instantly saying he's using PEDs.
Well,
Which is it? Which is it? Is it want the home runs? And these kids are doing it clean. Like guys like Aaron Judd fucking hitting monster fucking bombs. Or do you want defense? Do you want close games, good pitching? What do you want? Like that's the thing.
I don't know. It's you want to mix.
No, I agree with that, but I'm saying you get these fans that are screaming for the long ball, but the minute you start seeing, like Aaron Judd hit 50 home runs this year, people are screaming that he's using PEDs.
Well, that's what people do. They want something. They idolize you. Then as soon as you get it, they, all of a sudden
They want to tear you down.
You're down. They want to tear you down. Anyway, speaking of tearing down, I am done with.
Nice segue.
I am done with talking about fucking baseball. I want to tear down this fucking AP top 25.
All right, let's do it.
And then we'll get into
Our
the
picks.
the weeks and the picks and all that bullshit. You know what I mean? I had it up until my computer went nuts. Because I think it's clear cut. It's clear cut right now who the top 5 teams are.
Yeah.
It is clear as day who the top 5 teams are right now. And if it's not, then I think you got a problem. If you
5 right now.
Hold on, let me get these. There we are. Let me get back to it because
5 is Georgia.
Well, number 1's Alabama. You know that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Number 1's Alabama. Of course, it's Alabama. I mean, the way Alabama is like before, people said they were crock-potting somebody. Now they're just fucking deep frying them.
Now,
It's
now
like
they're just putting. Now they're running up, dude. They dropped what 69 on fucking.
Yeah, they said that people were like, watch out, Alabama. Ole Miss is gonna take you on.
69 and they scored. And on top of that, their backups were scoring. Their second string was scoring on their first string.
Ole Miss is like Ole Miss has got a shot to Cape, and it's over. That was it. Like Alabama was like,
And
Alabama,
here's the snap, and the game's over.
yeah, Alabama destroyed them. Alabama destroyed them. If anyone is questioning why Alabama is the number 1 team in the nation,
You're
just
an idiot.
play. It's ridiculous. All right. Number 2, Clemson. I'm perfectly fine with that. Brent Venables' defense is for real. It looks like they are not missing Deshaun Watson at all. Like the ghosts of Watson.
Defending champs are still running strong.
The ghosts of Watson and Gallman and Williams are not being felt hard. But Clemson has played some good teams, and I'm fine with that. Number 3, Oklahoma. This is one that I could, because Oklahoma whoops Ohio State, but Oklahoma got in a war with Baylor.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I mean, it's the Big 12, but when you whoop Ohio State and then you get in a war with Baylor,
Yeah. Were you punch drunk that time? Were you so excited? Were you having a?
all right, and then Penn State's number 4. The only reason I think Penn State is not number 3 is because they really haven't played the heavy hitters yet. Look at who they've beaten. They've beaten Pitt.
Iowa
Iowa was their best game, and that said a lot about Iowa. They whooped Indiana. I mean, Indiana looked they were going to make it a game, and then Penn State came back and destroyed them. I mean, Penn State racked up, what was it? It was 28-0 by the end of the first quarter, and then Indiana scored 2 touchdowns, and it was like, oh, we got a game. And then Penn State said, yeah, that's the end of that. And Penn State has beaten Akron, and they've beaten, oh, God. They beat the hell out of Georgia State, whatever.
Southern.
Yeah, no, I think it was Georgia State. Georgia State got murdered. I mean, it wasn't even a game. It was a comedy. Like, Hack kept tweeting. Hack kept, like, texting me. I'm like, dude, why are you watching this game? It's a murder. He's like, I like watching this. I'm like, all right, whatever. So
I'm
Penn State
sorry. I like watching this. I'm sorry.
Yeah. There's only one reason why Penn State hasn't jumped Oklahoma for number 3, and that's because they haven't played the heavy hitters yet. They haven't played the Ohio States, the Michigans.
Yeah.
If Penn State beats Ohio State and Michigan, you have to think they're going to jump.
There's an argument.
But 1 and 2 are going to be Clemson and Alabama, like, Alabama, Clemson, unless Alabama loses. Alabama loses, Clemson jumps up to number 1. Guaranteed. Yeah. Number 5 is Georgia.
This is where I can have an argument.
This is the one. This is where I could possibly see Georgia. Right now, I could see Georgia jumping Penn State and Oklahoma into number 3, and that would put.
I could see them 3, but at the same time, I could also see Georgia down to 6. Washington.
No. Washington hasn't played anybody. If you look at Georgia, look at who Georgia has played. Like,
no.
I'm already 1 step ahead of you.
Appalachian State. There's a 1-point victory over Notre Dame.
Yeah, they have a 1-point victory over Notre Dame. Come on.
Sam, whatever.
I'm gonna find out.
Stanford Bulldogs.
Stanford
Bulldogs 40-14. Mississippi State 31-3. Tennessee 41.
Yeah, I was trying to see who they played.
I have it.
All right, so you look who Georgia. All right, say it again. They beat Notre Dame by
Appalachian State. 31-10. Then they beat Notre Dame when they were 24th at Notre Dame by 1 point 20.
Right.
Then Samford 42-14.
They beat the hell out of them.
17 Mississippi State at home 31-3.
They beat the hell out of them, and then they go in
Tennessee, and then
top.
they routed Rocky Top.
They beat Tennessee so bad the fans started fighting amongst each other. The fans didn't want to watch the game anymore, so they started fighting. So I mean, you look at those wins. I mean, Tennessee is a big win. I mean, because people always had Tennessee ranked, and Tennessee.
No, Tennessee's a big Tennessee. The fact that if that was a 3-touchdown game, that wouldn't have meant no one would have cared. The fact that was a 41-0 rout.
The fact that it was a shutout. It was a shutout that screams volumes for Georgia right now,
Yes.
And Georgia plays Notre Dame, and they beat them by 1 point in South Bend. So, if anything, I could see Georgia jumping into number 3, but Oklahoma has that one thing, and it's the AP darling, Ohio State. They beat Ohio State, so all of a sudden, they're number 3, and I'm fine with that. Number 6, Washington, I'm fine with that. They're number 7, Michigan. Ugh. I would put TCU above Michigan personally.
I agree with.
Michigan has played Florida. They beat Florida. All right, I can see that. Then they beat Purdue. TCU has beat Oklahoma State, which is their big victory. They can hang their hat on. You know what? Screw it. Michigan number 7 because they beat Florida. They beat Florida. They beat Purdue. I can see it. Number 9, Wisconsin. Fine with.
They're fine. Actually, I would rather have Wisconsin. I would actually have Wisconsin at number 10. Ohio State at number 11. 2 at number 9.
Wazoo needs to be number 9. All right, you beat USC, who everybody's their darlings, number 5, and you beat them. They come into your house, you beat them, and Ohio State is ranked higher than Washington State. Ohio State beat Indiana.
By the way, Wazoo's 5-0.
Yeah. First off, Wazoo is undefeated. Then who's Ohio State beaten? Who have they beaten? They've beaten Indiana, Army, Rutgers, and some shitty team.
Okay, Indiana lost to Oklahoma. Beat Army, UNLV.
They've beaten shit except for Indiana. I'm sorry, your Rutgers.
The Rutgers fucking embarrassed themselves. But Indiana showed up to play that first half.
Yeah, Indiana showed up to play those first 3 quarters, and they showed up to play again against Penn State. Well, for a half. But anyway. That's Ohio State's big victory. The biggest victory Ohio State has is Indiana. They got beat by Oklahoma in their own home stadium. And you're telling me they are number 10 and Washington State, who just beat the media darling USC, is number 11? Are you fucking kidding me? The ESPN thing, we have Ohio State number 2. Why do you have Ohio State number 2? Who the fuck have they beaten? It pisses me off with the
Oh no, you ready for something even more? The coaches poll. Ready for this? Coaches poll has Ohio State at 9.
Oh, fuck that.
And they and they have TCU at oh, good fucking stop sucking their dicks.
Ohio State, first off, has lost. They're 4-1. Their biggest victory is against Indiana. Ooh, they beat Army. Ooh, they beat Rutgers. Ooh, they beat, UNLV. At home at Rutgers. Are you fucking serious? And then you have Washington State, who's undefeated. They just beat USC. But apparently, Ohio State whooping Rutgers is more important than that. What the fuck?
The only way you can justify Ohio State is the fact that you're going to somehow say that, it's because it's a conference.
All right. Ohio State is ranked number 10. Here's the shitty part. Ohio State is ranked number 10, beaten shit, and lost to Oklahoma. Auburn has the same record as the Ohio State Buckeyes. And They're at 12. They have whooped. All right, who's Auburn played?
What up?
I know their one loss. Their one loss is Clemson.
Clemson. Then Mercer, Glasso, Georgia Southern, Clemson, Mercer, Mizzou, Mississippi.
All right, so they beat Mississippi State. They beat Mizzou.
Confidently too. 51-14 and 49-10.
Mississippi State, right?
Mizzou was 51-14 at Mizzou.
All right, so Auburn goes on the road, beats Mizzou in Mizzou. All right, then they beat Mississippi State, who beat
49-10.
Who beat LSU. They were ranked for 1 week, and then also
the Clemson game, they only lost by 8.
they lose by 8 to Clemson. Ohio State gets blown the fuck out by Oklahoma, and Ohio State is number 10, where Auburn is number 12.
Yeah.
And Auburn's biggest loss is Clemson, the defending national champs, who are the number 2 team in the nation, where it's Alabama and Clemson and everybody else.
Yeah.
And Ohio State is ranked number 10. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you high? I mean, seriously, this is bullshit. It is Big Ten bias. Like, if you look, there are 3 teams in the Big Ten, in the top 10, and only really 1 deserves it. No, 2 deserve it. I'll go. Penn State and Michigan. Penn State and Michigan deserve to be in the top 10. Ohio State does not deserve to be in the top 10. I would drop Ohio State down to freaking, I would drop them to 13 or 14 with USC.
I'd drop USC to 15 and put Ohio State.
All right, Ohio State gets whooped by Oklahoma. Then you have Auburn. Miami is undefeated. They're 3-0 because you don't know the other game because it was it was postponed. Oklahoma State's number 15. I'm fine with that. Virginia Tech's 4-1, and Virginia Tech's biggest loss, Clemson.
I'm okay with them being 16.
But I'm not. I want. All right.
Here's the thing. Their only confident win is West Virginia. That's it.
Who's Ohio State's only competent win?
Oh no, I agree, but here's the thing. I'm saying is look at who they've played. 16 fits Tech. Now, down the road, this is Virginia Tech's rest of their schedule. At BC. A home against UNC Duke, at Maryland, and at Georgia Tech. I'm just gonna go through 5 games, and Pitt in Virginia.
All right, who has Virginia Tech played?
They beat West Virginia, number 22, in that gorgeous West Virginia.
Okay.
Delaware, 27-0.
Okay.
Went to Eastern Carolina and stomped a fucking mud hole in them. 64-17. And then versus Old Dominion, 38-0, and lost to Clemson.
Okay, so Virginia Tech loses to Clemson. All right, I would have them at number. All right, I would have them at number 16. They lose to Clemson.
If they blew out West Virginia,
No.
I would have an issue with them being 16.
All right, who's Oklahoma State played?
Find out. Tulsa, USA, Pitt, Boston, Texas Tech.
All right, they lost to TCU and they beat Texas Tech, right? All right, you know where I'm gonna drop the Buckeyes? Where I want to drop the Buckeyes? To 15.
That's fair.
Right above Virginia Tech.
Well, wait. Now I say this, and I mean all due respect. Okay, 15. Would you put them below USC?
Hold on. So basically, I'm jumping Wazoo to 10.
Yeah.
I'm jumping Auburn to 11. I am jumping Miami
to 12.
I will put USC at 13. Because USC is Texas. USC has beaten Texas. USC has beaten Cal. USC has actually played people. Ohio State played Indiana, and that's it. They played Indiana and Oklahoma stomped them. I mean, after like the third quarter, after halftime came in that third quarter, when Baker Mayfield took over, the game was over. If it's a game, say, oh, well, no problem, and that would be Oklahoma. But it was in Ohio State, and Ohio State got beaten badly by Oklahoma. So I'll put USC at 13. I'll put Oklahoma State at 14. I'll put Ohio State at 15. Then Virginia Tech. Then Louisville. Louisville's 1. Louisville's 4-1. They lost to Clemson. But they've beaten UNC and they've beaten like people that really don't matter.
Now, I think the shocker on this list right now is number 18, the 5-0 South Florida.
But who has South Florida played?
The fact that they're ranked, though, is shocking to me.
Well, you're 5-0. You're going to be ranked. I mean, San Diego State from the Mountain West is ranked, and they're 5-0. But again, who have they played?
San Jose State, Stony Brook, UConn was canceled, Illinois, Temple, and
Yeah.
got canceled.
All right, you look at Utah. You look at Utah here. Utah's undefeated, but Utah hasn't really played anybody yet. So, of course, Utah's going to be ranked. I mean, they played BYU. That's about it, really. No, so, number 21, Notre Dame. I don't know why Notre Dame's number 21. I would jump Notre Dame at least to, like... Yeah, I would jump them to, like, 18. Based on... Because I know South Florida...
And drop South Florida? Yeah, I can see.
Drop South Florida, San Diego State, and Utah. Because Notre Dame is... Their only loss is to a Georgia team that's ranked number 5 right now, and they should be ranked number 3, I think. They have stomped Michigan State. They have stomped... Who did they stomp? They stomped Michigan State. They beat Boston College. They stomped Boston College, my bad. They stomped Miami, Ohio, and they beat the hell out of whoever they played the first game. Rice. No, was it Rice? No, it wasn't Rice.
Oh my God.
Temple.
Oh, this is embarrassing. I'm sorry, but I'm watching. I got the Yankee game around.
Yeah.
They're showing behind home plate. Half a home plate is empty.
Okay, that's nice. So now 21 we have Florida. So it's like Notre Dame and Florida were tied. So it's 21-21.
Yep.
I would jump Notre Dame to, like I said, I would jump them to 18, I guess. Florida, based on who they played, I would jump them to 19.
Fair.
Because again, their wins are more impressive than the people that South Florida and San Diego State have beaten. I'm sorry, they are. West Virginia are fine at 23. NC State beat Florida State.
Yep.
So the other teams...
Yeah, if it's...
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So, all right.
And then teams that dropped out, Mississippi State and LSU dropped out. Other teams that received the vote. Oh,
Oregon.
fuck you.
All right, Oregon deserves it. Oregon
Yes.
deserves a shot in the top 5.
Let's get to that. Let's get to the next one last. Georgia
All right,
Tech deserved it.
Texas Tech, I can see. Georgia Tech, yes. Stanford, yes. Navy, yes. Kansas State, Texas A&M, yeah. Memphis, yeah. Troy, because they beat LSU.
Yeah,
Maryland
but Maryland, yes. Maryland deserves what Florida State has.
Florida State, 15 votes. Who the fuck is voting for Florida State?
Oh, get ready for this. Because the coaches poll actually had Florida State ranked.
Wait, aren't they 1-3?
Yes.
Are they 1-3 or are they 2-3?
1-3.
Are you sure?
They were. Find out.
I'll find out right now. They're 1-2.
1-2.
Florida State is 1-2 because of the Louisiana Monroe game, which would have been a win probably, was postponed. So you've lost Alabama, lost NC State, beat Wake Forest, and they're ranked. And people think they should be ranked. Are you fucking serious? Well, Florida State's going to play Miami, and if Miami beats them, that. So I like what Sparty Spartan says here. Buzzo likes to say that the suck guys have a hard schedule. Let's see about that. Cupcakes. Buzz, you played cupcakes. What? You never played a cupcake team before, right? Oh, wait. Oh, the super hard Rutgers. Oh, the dominant Maryland Terrapins. The Golden Gophers of Minnesota. Oh, the rarely ever gold offense on the Wildcats. The talentless Hawkeyes. The hardcore defense Army had. UNLV, the true Natty winners. Oh no, Bowling Green's super incredible Natty winning fight. They used to overcome the Suckeyes. Yeah. Ohio State always plays some soft ass schedule. And it's shit. Yeah. The Buckeyes and the Ohio State is still the best team. No, they're not. My God. So many people think that they're freaking amazing. Ohio State.
We'll get into that when we fix.
All right, let's get into last week's action because all right, first off, how bad was it on Rocky Top? The punter punted a ball right in a Georgia Bulldogs face mask. Come on, man.
I'm surprised you didn't play Stephen A. Smith there. Oh, hell no.
Nah. All right, so Georgia beats the hell out of Tennessee. So bad the Tennessee falls.
Herb stuff.
Notre Dame beat the hell out of Miami, Ohio. It really wasn't. Clemson beat Virginia Tech. The best game really was on Fox.
I'll pull up.
Yeah, the Texas Tech Oklahoma State game was the best game.
That game was,
yeah, that was the best game of the week. Everything else was bleh.
All right. Well, first things first. Ohio State throttled Rutgers.
Were you expecting anything less?
No, I was hoping they would have.
As much as I hate Ohio State and call their shitty schedule every time, and the fact that Clemson beat the hell out of them and blanked them in the playoff, which was supposed to be a war. Like, oh, Ohio State, Clemson, this would be a hell of a game, and Clemson just destroyed them and made it a joke, the New Year's Eve joke. Ohio State should beat the shit out of Rutgers.
Oh yeah. Oh, hands down. I mean, unless it actually thing where Rutgers actually decided to get good and come out like they Washington.
Oh, the Schiano days. Okay.
Yeah, or if they came out like they did against Louisville, yeah, that might have been they would have had to be somewhat. They would have had to have three. They would have had to be 3-1.
Didn't Rutgers, when they moved to the Big Ten, try to get Greg Schiano back and it didn't work?
No, they went with Gary Flood.
Yeah, that was a mistake and a half.
No, your Notre Dame throttled Miami of Ohio.
Hell, I knew that.
Yeah. Score was 52-17.
Yeah.
Wisconsin. Northwestern was a good 33. Wisconsin. We Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Purdue, Indiana. Not Purdue. Uh, Penn State.
Penn State, Indiana. Of course, it was Penn State.
We both took USC
Oh
over
yeah,
Wazoo.
and Wazoo beat them.
And then when it comes down to both took Maryland. Or
Yeah.
took Maryland.
Well, then
Took, both took Florida.
yeah, of course. I told you, Vandy is. All right, Vandy is good against the lower rung teams in the SEC. As soon as they get to the upper echelon, they're Vandy.
We both took Georgia.
Yeah, of course.
We both took Mississippi State.
Yeah, that didn't,
Yeah, we both took Mississippi.
and that didn't work out.
Well, Memphis? I don't think so. Both took UCF.
Yeah,
I took Vodtech. You took Clemson.
I told you. You're like, Virginia Tech could do this, and Blacksburg like, dude, Clemson's too good.
Both took Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Both took Oregon.
Yeah.
Both took San Diego.
Yeah.
Both took Colorado.
Yeah. I mean, there wasn't really a lot of big things that really happened. I mean, hey, Kentucky actually played defense on 11 people this time. They actually covered the receiver this time.
Yeah.
They learned that, you leave a receiver uncovered, he scores a touchdown on you. Yeah, way to go, Kentucky. You got it right this time. But everybody, I mean, it really wasn't the greatest week of college football.
No, the Arkansas game. That was 2. Sorry. No, it was.
The thing is, CBS used to have these awesome SEC games, and now it's. Ugh. You thought that Georgia-Tennessee would be a hell of an SEC game, and it turned out to be a blowout.
Yeah.
And see LSU, who got beat by Troy.
That was the up.
Oh.
That might have been the upset of the week.
Ahmed Ogeron, we got beat by Troy. And now LSU is going to play. Who's LSU taking on this week? Florida, don't they? Yeah. That's the game on CBS, is LSU Florida.
Yeah.
Now, you thought that LSU Florida would be a hell of a pick, a hell of a game. And then you see LSU get beat by Troy.
Hope they cover the fucking.
You're just like, maybe it's like you thought it was gonna be a hell of a game, and now you're like, okay, so Florida may be for real.
It could get interesting.
Well, I said Florida's got a hell of a defense, and if Florida could get some offense, they could do something.
Yeah.
Apparently, they found that offense with Luke Del Rio and the other, the freshman. Poor Malik Zaire. He's just sitting there holding the clipboard. going, I can't get this offense. Should have stayed at Notre Dame, but I couldn't get that offense either. And in
Oh, Lord.
news, Notre Dame may be playing their game this week without Brandon Wimbush.
Yes.
Reports have said he's hurt his foot or something like that, and he could be out, but he's day to day.
Yeah.
And Notre Dame, you know, who are they playing this week?
Uh, uh, bu- bu-
Yeah, I would rather have Brandon Wimbush in that game in Chapel Hill, but it is what it is.
yeah.
All right, ready to pick them?
I'm ready to pick them.
This is the part where all the people who are listening or watching the Nerd Zone or here, which probably there's nobody in Twitch Eris right now, but all right, this is the part where Pete we get our picks going. All right, let's go.
All right, first to kick off. Number 5, Georgia.
Georgia travels to Vandy.
I'm just gonna mark you down.
Yeah, it's going to be a murder by Georgia.
Oh.
That
Okay.
one linebacker said, "Oh yeah, we gonna beat Alabama. You next. Alabama, you next. Alabama, next."
I think everybody in the SEC. No, let's fuck these up.
Yeah, Alabama, you next. We coming for you, Vandy. We gonna be good. And people were saying Vandy's gonna be in the SEC championship game, and then Vandy gets destroyed by Alabama. Then Vandy gets destroyed by who did they get? Oh, they got beat by Florida. They beat Florida and Alabama
It's just,
blast.
it's just a prison rape.
Yeah, and now they get to go to. Wait, is it in Vandy?
It's in Vandy.
Oh man, now they get to go out in front of their home crowd and get destroyed by the Bulldogs.
Oh.
One.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Christ.
Rest in peace. Number 21, Florida takes on LSU.
You honestly think I could pick the LSU Tigers after they got beat by Troy?
No.
Are they where are they playing? In Death Valley or are they playing in the swamp?
Oh no, we're gonna see a new version of LSU.
So it's in the swamp.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'll take Florida all day long.
Blue and orange, baby. Blue and orange.
Yeah. Another thing, how do you think the coach is like, all right, man, we thought we were good, and then we played Alabama, and we found out what we really are, and then we played Florida, and then we found out again what we really are, and now we get to go home, and oh Christ, and now we got to take on Georgia, man. There was a great coach who said, "There's no shame in losing." Keep your head up. Tupac once said, "Keep your head up." And that's what we got to do. We got to keep our head.
And Tupac also said, keep your head on a swivel.
Yeah. And things are going to get easier. So that's what, remember, after we get beaten down by Georgia, things are going to get
Let's
easier.
face it, guys. It might be time we go find a new division.
After we get beaten down by Georgia in front of our home fans, and show that we're probably going to play in the CarQuest Bowl or something.
Oh wait, you're giving them a bowl game?
Yeah, Vandy can win a bowl game, or they can be in a bowl game. Wait, who are they playing next week?
That I don't know.
Who does Dandy Vandy have next week?
Dandy Vandy.
Yeah, you like that? Dandy Vandy?
All right, Vandy, what do you got? Oh, 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 oh! They could lose all their. They could lose every game.
Ooh. All right, man. We got Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, then at South Carolina, then Western Kentucky, then Kentucky, then Mizzou, and then Tennessee.
All right, a winnable game against Western Kentucky, a winnable game against Kentucky because Kentucky may not, learn how to cover receivers again. Missouri. Well, you never know what Missouri's going to show up. Missouri that can hang 80, either Missouri that scores 3. And then they get to go to Rocky Top against an angry Tennessee team that probably will have already fired Butch Jones. We're mad. We're Tennessee fans still, are living with the delusion that they're going to get Gruden. We're going to get Gruden. No, we're not. No, you're not. Sorry to say, you're not getting Gruden.
Oh. All right, next on the list. Oh, okay. The Boilermakers host Minnesota.
Gotta go with Purdue. I mean, I know Minnesota has a better record, but Purdue is at home and Purdue plays tough.
Yeah, and I think they just lost their linebacker. Purdue? Or not Purdue. Yeah. Minnesota.
Minnesota, they can row the boat with PJ Fleck all they want, but Purdue plays hard.
Yeah. Boilermakers.
Give me the Boilermakers.
Probably the game of the week is going to be what this is, and number 18 on West Virginia. Number 23 West Virginia.
Is it in West Virginia? Is it in Morgantown?
No, it's in TCU.
I think it's Abilene, Texas. I'm gonna take TCU. If it was in Morgantown, I would give it to West Virginia, but TCU.
I agree. Bees. I'm not even gonna make a joke there. Miami versus Florida State.
Miami versus Florida State. The 1 and 2 Seminoles, or who people think should be ranked. Is it in Tallahassee?
It's in.
All right, so Florida State has a good defense. Blackman is the new quarterback. Miami, we really don't know about because Miami hasn't played anybody.
Yeah.
3-0, but we don't know if they played anybody.
They did. It's nothing. Not anyone. Best for.
I'm gonna go. It's in Tallahassee, so I'm gonna go with the Noes. As much as I don't
going
should.
2-2.
If they go 2-2, maybe they should be ranked because they beat an undefeated Miami.
Yeah. I'm not.
You're going with Miami? You going with the Canes?
Going with Kane.
All right.
Kansas State travels to Texas.
All right. Damn, the Yankees are getting shelled. Sorry. 2 home runs off of this dude. Get the bullpen up. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, you saying that, and I actually went to SmackDown.
As much as I picked the Yankees, I'm loving this right now because I love watching the Yankees lose.
The Yankees to the media, everyone is hating the fact that the Yankees are losing. Anyone else?
Yeah, because they want the Yankees. They want the Yankees in there because that sells papers. It's like the Cowboys. It's like the Cowboys basically. Like if you go through the teams of sports, it's like the Yankees, the Cowboys, the Penguins.
Yep.
The Yankees, Cowboys, Penguins. It used to be Yankees, Cowboys, and Red Wings or Canadiens, but now it's the Penguins. That's where you go. And it would be the Lakers. It used to be the Bulls, now it's the Lakers. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, now it's the Cavs.
The Cavs, well, sort of, but still, it's the Lakers. I mean, still, the Lakers have that name, the brand. Like the Cowboys haven't been shit, since the '90s, but they still have that brand. You know, same as the Lakers. The Lakers haven't,
Right.
The Lakers really aren't shit, haven't been shit for a couple years, and they still are that brand.
Yep. No, I got you.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. So what was the game?
Texas versus Kansas State.
All right. What we saw in Maryland was an aberration. What we saw in Southern California is the Texas Longhorns. And for that reason, I am taking the Longhorns over who is it again?
Kansas State.
Kansas State. I'm taking the Longhorns over the Kansas State in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
Tom Herman has righted the ship. Texas is playing hard, so I will go with Texas.
All right. Texas. Kansas State is not as good as Maryland. Period.
I don't know, because Kansas State looked pretty decent, but then
they're a solid team, but I think that Maryland is a better team than a lot of people are giving them credit.
I can see that.
And it'll come when we get. I'll defend that because you're gonna hit the button for me to get to that.
All right.
But no, Texas by a respectable margin, 2-touchdown win.
I'll go with Texas. I gotta go with Texas. I mean, what I saw, how they played USC, like.
And like I said, also too, it's in Texas.
Well, Texas USC right now is the best game in college football this year so far.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's also if this was in Kansas State, this was at Kansas State, I would say it's Texas by a field goal. It would be close, but because you're in Texas, no, touchdown win.
Yeah, right now, if you're looking early contenders for the game of the year in college football, you got Texas USC, definitely. You got Penn State.
We gotta start filling. Oh yeah, that's something I gotta fill. I gotta put that in there. Penn State, Iowa, as a game of the year.
And you could put Florida, Tennessee, even though that first half was boring as fuck.
Yeah.
That ending of Florida, Tennessee was just amazing.
Yeah, dick and put.
You could put Notre Dame, Georgia. You could put Notre Dame,
yes,
because that was a hell of a game. But it's young. So we don't know yet.
No, but again, it's stuff that we got to discuss when it comes to around Christmas.
Yeah, it does. All right. Anyway.
Okay, so number 7, without their starting quarterback, Michigan Wolverines versus Sparties.
All right. First off, it's in
Ann Arbor.
Yeah, it's in Ann Arbor. I think John O'Corn is better than Wilton Spate, personally. I mean, I've watched John O'Corn play, and I've watched Wilton Spate play. John O'Corn gives you a little bit more of that dynamic with running the football than
that option.
Yeah, that option, or he's more dangerous with his legs than Wilton Spate. And Wilton Spate's been hurt constantly. Wilton Spate's accurate, but so is John O'Corn. And Michigan, but the thing is, Michigan's not going to put up 35 points.
No, this is going to be a very low. This is going to be a 13 barn burner.
If you look at the team that the Michigan Wolverines are right now this year, Michigan is a team that plays defense, flips the field on you, and then eventually tries, eventually maybe will score 21 to 28 points and pull out a victory. Sparty is that team, but Sparty isn't that good this year. Sparty isn't that good this year, so I'm going to go with the Michigan Wolverines by at least probably 10 to 14 points. It should be. I mean, this has all the makings.
Here's the thing. He's out?
Yeah, because Michigan State could be a classic.
He pulled him, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that. Michigan State should be a classic, and because it's Sparty versus Michigan, it's big brother versus little brother. You know how it always is, and Michigan State always gets up to play Michigan, but I think Michigan wins.
It's an 8:00 game.
7:30.
7:30 game.
Yeah.
In the big house.
It's in the big house. I mean, Michigan lost to Sparty before, and that has to be Smartin. Because the last time Michigan State played Sparty in the big house was the Surrender Cobra.
Michigan by a field goal.
Michigan State by a touch. Michigan State won. Remember?
No, I'm saying this game.
By a field goal?
Michigan by a field goal.
All right.
25, no, I give it 21-24.
All right, next game.
Wisconsin travels to Nebraska. Number 9, Wisconsin travels to Nebraska.
As much as Nebraska's upset-minded, and that would be awesome, I think Wisconsin wins.
Yeah, I'm not. They're gonna run the ball. They're gonna run heavy on Nebraska. Nebraska's gonna get just fucking crouched in deep, and they're gonna start lobbing it over the top. Wisconsin's gonna take it to them the first 3 quarters, and then the fourth quarter they're gonna air it out.
I
don't think you're going to air it out. I think Wisconsin's just going to ground them. All right, anyway, next game.
Number 11, Wazoo travels to Oregon.
Ooh, it could be a trap. Because Wazoo comes off that emotional win over USC, and then they got to travel to Oregon. Against an Oregon Ducks team that right now is sadly being disrespected.
They're hungry.
They are being disrespected, but the Oregon defense is pretty okay. And what time is this game? Is this the night game? Is this Pac-12 after dark? This has the makings of Pac-12 after dark.
8:00.
8:00 by 8:00 Western Conference time.
East.
Oh, okay.
No, it's over here. Yeah, so it's an 8 p.m. here, so it's a 5:00 game.
Okay, so 5:00 game. It's not a.
If you go by West Coast, it's 5.
Okay, so it's that. It's 8 p.m. Eastern. It's not 12 p.m. Eastern where it's Pac-12.
No. It's not a 10:45 game.
Oh, but you gotta love Pac-12 after.
That's Washington versus California.
Oh God, Pac-12 after dark.
and San Diego State versus UNLV.
Pac-12 after dark, where shit gets crazy.
Oh yes.
But, all right. I mean, Wazoo could be, but I'm gonna take Wazoo because Oregon's not a good defense, and this game has a chance to get up in the 50s and the 60s. So I'm taking Wazoo.
I don't trust Oregon.
I don't trust
Wazoo.
Yeah.
The number 20 Utes take on.
Reports of Utah being undefeated are greatly exaggerated. I will take part.
It's in Utah. Stanford's a much better team. Yeah, Stanford.
You gotta go with Stanford. I mean, if Utah beats Stanford, it's a pretty big, it's the thing that
it validates.
It validates them. Validate them, and it'll get some recognition. But damn, a third of an inning pitched and Severino was gone.
Yep. Next on the list, All right, that was the last game for Pick'ems. Now we're going into my 5 that I think are going to be the best.
All
That are
right.
going to be interesting. UNC versus Notre Dame.
Well, with the fact that Brandon Wimbush may not play, and we're gonna have, I think it's, oh god, this freshman start or whatever. It could be a change, but who knows? But I still think that Notre Dame has enough on defense to win the game. And still, I mean, you're still handing the ball off to Josh Adams and Dexter
Oh,
Williams.
yeah.
So,
That's the thing. UNC does not really have the greatest run defense.
yeah, you're still handing the ball off to Josh Adams. So
Yeah, I think the fact that Notre Dame is just going to hammer it and hammer it.
yeah, or not Josh Adams or Justin Adams or
Justin
whatever.
Justin Adams.
Or Josh. I thought it was Josh. You're still handing the ball off to 33. Put it that way. And Dexter Williams. So you're still handing the ball off to those two. So it doesn't matter. Notre Dame.
Number 10, the Ohio State takes on Maryland.
Where's it at?
It's in the Horseshoe.
Because it's in Columbus, I'm going to go Ohio State. And
Hit the music.
It's me to say that, but I will be rooting for Maryland like you don't believe.
Hit the music. Maryland will be awake for this game. Even though it's in Ohio State, I think they are going to be sleeping on them because they are going to be looking ahead. Ohio State has, let me see the next game, because I think the next game is a big rival game. Not Michigan.
And
No, where are you?
looking ahead to
Schedule when I need it. Fucking nice.
the wonders of the internet.
Oh, yeah.
Ohio State.
Here we go. There you are. So also, it's a conference game. Next game is Nebraska. They're going to be looking forward. They're going to be looking 3 games forward because they got Penn State on the 28th.
Are you serious? They're going to be looking 3 games forward?
They ain't looking at Notre Dame. Or not Notre Dame. They ain't looking at Nebraska. I think they are going to, because after the Rutgers game, I guarantee you they're thinking they're going to be able to run through Maryland and all that. It's a 4 o'clock game on Fox.
This is Urban Meyer you're talking about. Urban Meyer always gets his team up. All right, Ohio State looking forward to Nebraska. And dude, Maryland is 3-1. I'm pretty sure Urban's going to have his boys ready to play.
Yeah, you say that, but then I think Maryland, when it comes to big games,
it's also a state
somehow
game. Ohio State was looking to make a statement to justify the number 10 ranking they have. Whooping Maryland is that statement.
I'm not saying Maryland's going to win pretty. I could see them keeping it close. Maryland's going to come out and play. For some reason, don't question my picks. I told you last time about Maryland when they played Texas.
All right. But you're saying Ohio State's looking forward to Nebraska? No.
No. They're looking forward to Penn State.
Next week is a trap game for Ohio State because I think Ohio State's going to make a statement against Maryland, and then they're going to be like, see, yeah, that's how good we are. We're going to beat Nebraska because we're looking forward to Penn State. We're going to show you guys, and we're going to jump back in the top 5, and all of a sudden Nebraska's going to get them.
I still think Maryland's gonna win ugly. they're going to win ugly.
I mean, if
Speaking
Pitt
of
wins, Ohio State's season's basically over.
over, yeah. Speaking of winning ugly, number 4, Penn State takes on Northwestern.
This is in Northwestern, right?
Yes.
All right. Penn State's one road game was at Iowa, and it was a barn burner. But Iowa's a much better team than Northwestern.
Northwestern plays them tight. Penn State wins by 10.
Give me Penn State by 20.
Really?
It's the Saquon show, and I don't think Northwestern has enough to combat it.
Now, the Thursday night game. Number 17, Louisville, travels to the NC. Number 24, ranked Wolfpack.
NC State, because
Throwing
NC
up the 2 sweet.
Yes, give me the Wolfpack because NC State beat a more complete Florida State team. And if we've watched anything about Louisville, Louisville is the Lamar Jackson show and everybody else. That's all it is.
All I got to say is the cease and desist. I am throwing the cease and desist up right now. 2 sweet, NC State, Wolfpack.
The Wolfpack is a better team. They are a more complete team. The problem with Louisville is these big games and they get the Lamar Jackson hype, but then Louisville realizes they don't have a defense and, you know, the rest, a supporting cast to do anything.
I got you on that. And the final game picking is the Gamecocks of South Carolina take on Arkansas.
Is it in Arkansas?
It's in South Carolina.
Give me the Cox.
As much as I say don't bet against Arkansas, I'm betting against Arkansas.
Arkansas just isn't that
They're going
scary.
well, no. I think they didn't have a game last week.
Arkansas just isn't that good this year. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying, well, they're never really like in that verge of like, oh my God, they're gonna ridiculously good, but they're always a thorn in someone's side.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that they're still gonna be from it, I think South Carolina come in and
And now comes the main event. It's time to talk about the NFL.
oh yes.
What?
Taking the knee and no.
Thank God. Fox decided to not show the national anthem, and people got angry about it.
Yeah. How about that? The fact that they were complaining that they didn't show the national anthem. Oh.
We're complaining. We can't complain about people taking a knee. Grr.
You know, I think there's a little bit more problems going on in the world right now. How about Las Vegas?
We're complaining that we can't complain about taking a knee. We're complaining. And then the Ravens take a knee before the national anthem.
And people get pissed.
And people boo and get mad.
Did you see the tweet that Gronk put out?
What did he say?
I'm going to take a knee before the national anthem to pay respects to Hugh Hefner. That guy was
Oh, God.
Completely making fun of the fact of why people are taking the knee.
It's bullshit. And now it's become a joke.
Well, no, that's the minute Gronk said that, I'm like, okay, thank you, Gronk, for making it. Now, did you hear that apparently fans are now pressuring Oakland to get Kaepernick?
Fans are pressuring Oakland to get Kaepernick?
Because Carr's out for 2 to 6.
Yeah. Oh yeah. David Carr's out for 2 to 6 weeks, and yeah.
That's why they're pressuring. That's why they're pressuring because they don't want their backup to. Like, they want to get someone that at least a good backup. So I mean, but at the same time, do you think? What do you think?
Oh, the
do you
Raiders
think?
don't like EJ Manuel.
Yeah, well, I think fans don't realize.
EJ Manuel's black. He came from a good school.
He's not Lonzo.
He's not Lonzo Ball or LaMelo Ball. I mean, he's not Colin Kaepernick either, but Kaepernick handing off to Marshawn Lynch. Oh boy.
That would be fun. That would be just covers.
I mean, the Raiders are the protest team now. I mean, come on, Marshawn Lynch hides on the bench, and the Raiders like staff surrounds him. I'm waiting for Marshawn Lynch to just hide in the tent next. The national. Oh, Marshawn Lynch is in the tent.
Like just
Lynch has never stood up for the anthem, so
No.
whatever.
You know, I actually was watching it. I actually got more than taking a.
Dude, I don't care anymore.
Well, I think they showed. What did they do? They showed the Sunday night game. They showed.
I'm over this. I'm over this national anthem bullshit. I mean,
The only one sitting.
just
One
Steeler
sitting
fan.
was I think the only one sitting during the anthem for the Colts was Bennett.
Okay.
And I'm like, all right, well, you know, he had a gun pointed to his head. I can
Sitting or
he's
taking a knee?
sitting.
Okay, whatever. Dude, I seriously don't care anymore. I mean, after a Steeler fan basically was like, where a Steeler fan protests the protests, and then he puts a swastika over the Steelers flag, saying like they're fascists and da da da. That's what they are if they don't stand for the anthem. I'm like, wait a
Oh,
minute.
how about the fact that they put of the photo you put up?
Wait, hold on. So basically, you're saying the Steelers are being fascists when you're using a fascist symbol because they're not doing what you want, which is in essence fascism. The moronic nature of the idiotic NFL fan against the protests. Ladies and gentlemen, that's it. The NFL players are fascists because they're not doing what I'm saying to do. You should do that. But that is fascism.
Hear about the guy that got fired because of what he called the chief of the fire department of Pittsburgh got fired.
Oh yeah,
Because he-
called Mike Tomlin a stupid N-word
Yeah.
because
smart.
because they chose to stay in the locker room.
Hey, you know what? I almost rather have you do. It's one of those things where it's like, you know, I'm not really upset about that. It's like, I seen that in college. The college players, if they're not if it's not under their terms vision, I've seen Pac-12. I saw Washington against Rutgers. Washington stayed in the locker room.
All right, I don't give two shits about who takes a knee, who stands, who does. It's a fucking song.
But we're not talking about it.
I know it's our anthem and blah, blah, blah. If you want to burn your gear, burn your fucking gear. Maybe burn your house down with your gear. I don't know.
Well, here's an idea. Let's talk about the fact that the Green Bay Packers got away with literally murder.
Well, the Green Bay Packers
Or
didn't.
not the Chicago Bears. Chicago Bears got away with fucking murder.
Yeah, Danny Trevathan basically nailed Devontae Adams right in the freaking head, and the fact that his suspension got reduced from 2 games to 1 game is a travesty. I mean,
Because
the fact that Ezekiel Elliott is still playing in the NFL right now and not serving suspension is a travesty. The other travesty now is that Danny Trevathan hits a dude right between the eyes with the crown of his helmet. I'm
And
sorry.
point blank launched. Like, it's not even the fact that he lowered hhis head and ran through him and he was up. He left his.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you, but you hit him in the head but right between the eyes with the crown of your helmet. What the fuck did you think was gonna happen?
You know what you do? You know what you do there? Take the crown of your helmet and you try to hit the ball. The guy's wrapped up. You hit him. You try to knock the ball out. That's the whole point of to wrap and strip.
Here's an idea. Don't hit anything with the crown of your helmet because you're a fucking moron if you do.
Yeah, that too.
You hit with the crown of your helmet, you're basically going to knock yourself out or fuck up your neck. That's why they tell you not to do it. That's why coaches teach you not to do it. That's why you
do all these neck exercises to keep your head up.
That's why everybody in their right fucking mind wouldn't hit anybody with the crown of their fucking helmet like an asshole. And that's why the NFL needs to adopt the college target.
No fucking way.
There it is. All right. So that's why the NFL needs to adopt the targeting rule that the college football has, because they need to be more strict and punish these guys doing this dumb shit rather than going, 15-yard penalty and maybe a fine. Fuck that.
No. If you know what they need to do? You want to stop targeting? The first thing you need to do is take up the college
targeting rule. Take up the targeting rule. I mean, come on. Look at what the NFL did to Cam Newton last year.
Yeah, they beat him like he stole something.
He was returning MVP of the league, and apparently, I guess the NFL owners felt that wasn't good. That wasn't good for the league because he's not Tom Brady or not Aaron Rodgers. So basically, let's beat the hell out of the black man.
Yeah, they beat him like he stole something.
Yeah, and let them, actually hit him in the head. It was ridiculous.
But yeah, Tom Brady gets a feather touching him, and a 15-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, Cam Newton gets hammered. It's bullshit. It's bullshit, and that's why the NFL officials need to be independently governed, not by the freaking owners, not by Roger Goodell. Like, they actually have the NFL officials thing. The NFL officials committee or the NFL officials need to be their own separate entity.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Or just the league of officials, whether it be NFL, MLB, Major League Baseball, NHL, have a full league just of officials right there that's not bought, whatever, by owners and shit like that. Because dumb shit like why a ref will let somebody hold somebody right in front of his face, or let somebody basically kill somebody almost right in the crown of their helmet. You use the crown of their helmet and hit them right in the head. But then, all of a sudden somebody breathes on somebody the wrong way and they flag them. It's bullshit.
Yeah, no, fully agree. Like I said, the whole point of wrapping someone up, and I love how no one even brings it up anymore. If you wrap them up, rip the ball.
If you're
trying to get your defense. Oh, well, you're supposed to. It's hard hitting. No, fundamentals say when someone's wrapped up, you either take him to the ground by himself, you either wrap him up and help the guy, or you go for the ball and you strip that ball out.
See, here's the thing though, right away, basics of tackling. You need to tackle the guy first before you go for the ball. Because if you just go to tackle the ball, your success rate is really, really low on that. And that's why and that's when running backs basically juke the shit out of you and make you look like an idiot because you went for the ball.
You wrap up, and then your partner and then your mates come in to strip.
Or they try to launch. Or they try to launch themselves and hit you in the shoulder, and then you just bounce off like a pinball. Bing! Thank you very much. I'm going to go the other way now. Thank you for that little roadblock there, like Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie did.
What the best tackle of last night, or not last night, last week, was the fucking Jets game. The running back got depleted by I think it was Adams. Came in, wrapped him up. Freaking his hands and legs go one way, his body goes the other, and just dropped. Perfect tackle.
Yeah, here's what I see. Because there are so many Giants fans that bitch about Eli Apple. Blah, 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 blah. Eli Apple needs to leave. Eli Apple sucks. Well, Eli Apple actually fucking tackles.
There's two things in the NFL that there's not enough of. Wide receivers that can block and cornerbacks that know how to tackle.
Because everybody's like, oh, DRC knows how to tackle. Really? DRC launched himself at Cameron Brate and he bounced off of him.
Hines Ward knows how to tackle better than half of these cornerbacks.
The thing is, DRC bounced off of him and then basically Cameron Brate looked and then he ran for 10 more yards. When all he had to do was hit him and wrap him. It's bullshit. So anybody bitching about Eli Apple, he's not as good and da-da-da-da-da. Okay, he's not the greatest cover guy, but at least he fucking tackles. And when Eli Apple actually hits somebody, they go down.
I think, if anything, if they're bitching and moaning that much, I think Eli, if Apple wants to really start getting more of a following, maybe he decides to switch over to safety.
Just don't put him on the number one wideout.
No, or that. But I'm saying I could see him switching over to B.
Why Janoris Jenkins wasn't on Mike Evans with that? All right. Anyway, let's get to the games.
Well, we were on the first one already. The Thursday night game, the Green Bay Packers versus Chicago Bears.
Yeah, I mean, besides Trevathan doing that bullshit, it was a blowout.
You have your London game where the New Orleans Saints
blew
out the Dolphins.
Oh, did you see that beautiful route that Jay Cutler ran?
Yes.
Oh, dude, nobody was fooled.
It was all over Reddit. It was all over Reddit.
He knew it was a run. Jay Cutler just stands there like, hey.
Probably the surprise of the week, in my opinion, the Atlanta Falcons lose to the Buffalo Bills. The AFC East leading Buffalo Bills.
Yes, and the Atlanta Falcons, they lost Julio and they also lost Mohamed Sanu.
No, yeah. Did you see his cleats? You see Sanu's cleats?
Yeah.
The Ric Flair cleats?
Yeah, I saw that.
That was great.
But still, Atlanta should be able to run the ball.
Yeah, you would think, right? They didn't lose their main running back.
Yeah, the Bills have a defense. Who would have thought that?
The fact that the Bills are 3-1, I mean, what's more shocking? Them in the lead or the Jets are 2-2?
Maybe Sean McDermott's that good of a coach. Who knows? Maybe he got a good offensive coordinator to go with him. Or maybe the Bills are just playing an easy schedule, and the Atlanta Falcons aren't as good as we thought.
That could be too, but they're still 3-1 in a division that's really tough.
Yeah, it's any given Sunday. So, I mean, but for the Bills to go into Atlanta and get a win, that's a nice, statement.
And then the next on the list was the Toilet Bowl. Oh yeah, we both took Atlanta, the Bills. We both took New Orleans.
Yeah.
The Bengals versus we took the Bengals.
Oh, we did the Bengals? All right, cool. I thought we
Yeah, we both no. Took the Bengals. They won, which was great. The LA Rams versus the I took LA.
I took Minnesota. LA versus Dallas.
No, wait.
That's LA versus Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas. Okay. I must have.
Yeah, I took the Rams against Dallas. Yeah. The Rams are for real.
Yeah, the Rams are very happy with how the Rams.
The Rams are
Uh,
real. I mean, they got a D, they got an O. Goff and Gurley are playing like superstars. They're just getting Aaron Donald back in the swing of things. They're dangerous.
uh, next we had Detroit versus Minnesota.
Oh yeah, I think I took Minnesota because I thought Dalvin Cook was going to be something, and Dalvin Cook got hurt. He's actually out for the season.
Yeah, I saw that.
And Minnesota needs Sam Bradford back.
You know why I don't have that on this list? I didn't write it down.
That's why I didn't do it. All right.
Yeah. I took Minnesota too.
Yeah, we thought that defense would be Detroit beat them.
The surprise, but how big of a fucking blowout this was. Houston over Tennessee.
Ooh, Deshaun Watson set a rookie record. It was a good day for ex-Clemson people.
You took Houston though.
I did take Houston because I told you.
That was rough.
Deshaun Watson.
Can we say the surprise though? Also, another surprise was Carolina beat.
Yeah, the Patriots aren't as good as advertised.
Remember, people thought they were going to go unbeaten.
Yeah, because everybody thinks that the Patriots win the Super Bowl and they can't be beat, and then you start looking at it and it's like New England has flaws.
Yeah.
Will they have those flaws at the end of the season? We don't know.
Who knows? And I mean, the fact that you have the Bills at 3-1, the Jets at 2-2. First off, the Jets and the Patriots are tied at 2-2, and New England lost both their games at home.
That's the scary part. New England lost at home.
Both their games at home.
2 home games. New England's lost 2 home games.
I got one. I got one back on you.
So is New England going to be like the Giants of 2007, where you just don't want to play at home, but you want to play on the road?
Maybe, but I got one back on you because I took the New York Jets versus Jets.
Yeah, well, I thought Jacksonville, after whooping Baltimore, would be doing something.
The Jets almost choked them.
Apparently, the Jets. Nobody told the Jets they were tanking this year.
No, and you know what? How they're playing, for some reason, they're playing good football.
Or the Jets thought that tanking meant, run over people like a tank. But
I mean, also the fact that they lost Forte now is done for. I think with turf toe.
So Bilal Powell is your running back.
And he was the running back for. He started for Jacksonville. I think Forte's out for 2 more weeks, and Powell and this new kid out of I think Louisiana Monroe. Dude, first fucking rush of the game he gets 68 yards for a touchdown.
Hey, it won't happen again.
The Jets have a run game?
Yeah.
Great. The Jets actually are looking like, again, it's when they put 4 quarters together, they are a good team.
You think the Jets maybe playing good because nobody's expecting them to play good? Everybody's expecting them to get blown out. We have nothing, so let's play.
First off, I also came out and said that I had them at 2-3 wins.
Yeah, but
I had Jacksonville, but I had Jacksonville, Buffalo, and Cleveland as the 3 wins.
Okay.
I didn't have them beating Miami. I thought Miami was going to be a better team. I don't have them beating New England, but as of right now, who knows?
Like I said, I don't think anybody told the Jets they suck, or somebody told the Jets they suck and they don't believe them.
But I think the fact that it's a young team now. They're cocky. It's a young team with a veteran quarterback.
Yeah.
I think the fact that they're gonna like say, hey, like maybe that cockiness is a good thing for them.
I don't think they're cocky. I think also they have a defensive coach that knows how to get the best out of his players defensively, and Todd Bowles is actually doing something.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Baltimore, Pittsburgh. Well, took Pitt.
That was a boring game.
It always is.
No, it's not. It's usually a chippy game. It's usually a very chippy, like crazy rivalry, and this one was just boring.
Oh, how fast is your Hunter gonna get fired?
If Brad Wing is not in the unemployment line by Friday, I'm angry. Brad fucking Wing. Again, you can't. They're 0-4. People are, Giants fans are saying like, oh, it's season's over. I don't think the season's over yet. Now, if we drop to the Chargers, season's over.
I mean, what? You're 0-4. What's the lead? What's
Philly? Philly's 3-1.
Philly's 3-1. So
Dallas is 2-2.
There's a chance. There is a chance. You have to split Philly though.
You got to split Philly. You got to sweep Washington and split Dallas. That's what you got to do. I mean, and the thing is, like, they need to beat the Chargers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
This isn't, maybe they could win. No, they need.
This is a must.
Chargers, because they need to get the Chargers, because then they need to get that momentum. They need to get some momentum, feel good or whatever, and that sense of urgency, and still have it when they play Denver. And for some reason, I still think the Giants can beat Denver, because I am not going to pick Trevor Siemian over anything like that. The defense had a bad game. It's an aberration, I think. I think the defense is going to correct what they did. Snacks Harrison was out. I think Snacks Harrison's back. Olivier Vernon was out. I think Olivier Vernon's going to come back, or they're going to find somebody like Romeo Okwara or whatever and do something right. But Eli showed that he's a gamer. Eli showed that he can take this team on his back and do something. And if McAdoo is smart, he will start Wayne Gallman.
Also, the other thing is, too, McAdoo has to either keep his mouth shut or he has to put Odell in line. Because for him to go out and throw his Hall of Fame quarterback under a bus and blame him for a lot of stuff and not blame your fucking punter for anything, or blame the fact that none of your guys can catch.
He did. He said the receivers, we pay them a lot of money to catch the ball. They need to get better at that, which is the fact. And that wasn't aimed at Odell. That was aimed at Marshall.
Oh, no. Marshall has to catch the ball.
Marshall has to catch the ball. Like, keep Odell in line. But Odell did one thing. He said he was sorry for it now that he thought about it. And so he has other things planned. Odell didn't. I hate when people go, oh, Odell needs to get kept in line.
No. I'm not even saying kept in line. I'm saying, but you're not going to throw him under the bus, but yet you're going to throw Eli under the bus.
He threw Eli under the bus for the, all right. He threw Eli under the bus for the, what was it? That was 2 weeks
ago. For the timeout. For the fourth down play.
He threw Eli under the bus 2 weeks ago in Detroit for the delay of game, and that was warranted. Eli even said, hey, I got to play better.
But here's the thing. Why the fuck is McAdoo even going for that on fourth down?
Because they needed to. They needed to go for that on fourth down. It was in the playbook. And then what happens? They did a delay a game, and then they kicked the damn field goal. But that's 2 weeks ago. You're arguing over something 2 weeks ago that's in the past.
Oh, but well, no, because now I'm about to bring up the present and Philly Chargers.
Yeah.
Well, took Philly. Chargers are gonna go 0-5.
I was about to say, still, I mean, Manning showed that he can lead this team. Wayne Gallman, if you go way back to like the preseason thing, the NFL preview we did, I said Wayne Gallman will be starting at running back for the Giants before the season's over. Because Perkins dances around too much, and you can't dance with this line. If anything, with this offensive line, it is not. You need that sense of urgency. You can't dance around and wait. You need to find your hole, make the cut, and go. You get north and south fast. With this line, you need to get north and south fast running the ball. If you dance around like Shane Vereen or Paul Perkins, it's not going to work. And Orleans Darkwater, especially a Wayne Gallman, where you need to run nasty, run hard, and run fast, and run quick. That's what you need. And Gallman is that. And Gallman's a hell of a receiver out of the backfield. If you put on the tape of him at Clemson, you see he's a special player. And I seriously think Gallman is going to be that running back for the Giants. I seriously think that Gallman is going to be the starter because Perkins dances too much and he gets hurt. Darkwood runs hard, but he gets hurt. And Vereen is not an all-down back. He's not.
No, he's not.
And the thing is, what McAdoo threw in were actual plays where Eli was under center. And you do that, you confuse the defense. You can't have him in the gun all the time.
But next on the game last week, Philly versus Chargers.
Of course. I'm just saying McAdoo needs to commit to the run more. So
Agreed. Arizona 49ers.
Hell of a catch by Larry Fitzgerald, and I heard it was a very boring game.
15-18. And
The only
Chargers and Niners are both 0-4.
Yeah, and the only touchdown was the Cardinals.
Even though Denver beat Oakland, I think the bigger story
is Derek Carr got hurt and he's out 2 to 6 weeks.
Yep.
With a broken back?
Fractured
back. Well, we'll see how decent he is after 6 weeks. I think it's going to be more.
I think so too. If I'm Oakland, I would. Oh yeah, we forgot to say also what's his name got hurt.
Who?
Oh shit. Thank you, Nerdy Geek, for the follow. The quarterback for Tennessee.
Oh, Mariota's out for like a week. He may even play this week.
Denver wins 15-10. The Sunday night game.
Oh God.
Seattle stomped over Indy.
But the funny thing is, it was tied at halftime. Like Jacoby was pretty good.
It was very close.
Yeah, he looked pretty good.
Going into the fourth quarter, and then.
Yeah, he looked pretty good, except for the, with that whole pick six there, and then the other pick six. Yeah,
Yeah. And then Kansas City is the only unbeaten team left in the NFL at 4-0. They beat the Redskins and cover the spread 29-20.
It was a good game.
Yeah, it was.
Kansas City, Washington was a good game. And right now, it looks like the Monday night game is better than the Sunday night game. Because that Sunday night game was awful.
All right. Now it's time.
Finally time to pick them.
Thursday night game. Short week. Tampa at home against New England.
I know people want to pick Tampa because they're the sexy pick and they're home, blah, blah, blah. But this is Tom Brady and this is at night.
Yep.
Tom doesn't lose twice in a row. I'm going with New England.
Cincinnati is home against Buffalo. I'm taking Buffalo.
You're taking Buffalo. I I would like. Who they? Who they? Who they think gonna beat them Bengals?
Buffalo too?
No, I'm going Bengals.
Bengals.
I think Cincinnati beat Cleveland. The way they played against Green Bay, I think they've righted the ship.
Now, the question. Cleveland is home against the. And I said at the beginning, I think the Jets. I think the 2 wins the Jets would have had. 2 of them were Jacksonville and Cleveland.
I think Cleveland looked. I thought Cleveland was going to do something. I thought Cleveland was going to be a lot better improved this year, but right now they look hapless. And for that reason, I got to take the Jets.
Detroit hosts Carolina.
Detroit hosts Carolina.
Home against Carolina.
It's tough because which Carolina is going to show up? The one that shocked everybody in New England, or the one that could lay an egg?
I'm thinking the one. Like, Theo Riddick is too good. The way Stafford's been playing, I'm taking.
You just said Theo Riddick is too good.
No, Theo Riddick. The way Theo Riddick has been playing has been really running has been really good.
I think Cam has righted the ship, and I'm going to take the Panthers.
Okay. Trust me. I know more about Theo Riddick than a lot of other people.
Okay.
Miami versus Tennessee.
If Mariota plays
in Miami.
If Mariota plays, I gotta go with the Titans because Miami just looks horrible on offense.
Yeah, I'm taking 10.
Give me the Titans.
Indy takes on San Francisco gets off the snap.
Jacoby Brissett has a hell of a game. Indy wins.
We really home side is like, which now it will be touched again because the Giants take on the LA Chargers.
All right. The Giants have to win this game. They need this game. I mean, if there is a sense of urgency, this is a sense of urgency. I mean, this is like when the Giants were getting ready for the Super Bowl. Right now, this is their Super Bowl. They need to win this game. They need to win this game to get New York back on their side. They need to win this game to get momentum because they could possibly pull off 4 straight. If they did, because then you look how they got, who they got coming up. They have Denver in Denver. I think the Giants can beat Denver in Denver. I don't know why. I think they can. If they get their shit together. Because if the Giants get their shit together, they can score on almost anybody.
Yeah.
And their defense has proven they can stop it. And I still think Denver's offense is very pedestrian.
By the way, the minute I brought up New York, Yankees.
Yeah, I know. So, I mean, I think the Giants, they have to beat.
Giants have to win. So there's no ifs, ands, or buts. Do you think the season goes on or do you think the season ends? That's really what it is.
Because, yeah, it's like if they want to save their season, they need to win this game. And then they could possibly get some momentum to go against, to take it into Denver. And then they have a Seattle team that you never know what's going to happen. I mean, they beat a hapless Colts team at home. So, and then Seattle has to take on the Giants in New York. There's a difference there. And then the Rams have to come out in New York, where I mean, as much as I think, oh, the Rams are a hell of a team, the Rams have been playing warm weather games. And now you're talking about coming out in New York, in like late October, early November.
Yeah.
I think the Giants, if they could get this win, they could possibly rattle off 4 or 5 straight. And then the next loss would be Kansas City.
I could see that.
And then they could rattle off, I think they could then rattle off more wins and possibly win the division with an 11-5 record. They have the team to do it.
Yeah, they have the team to do it. Now the question is always now, which team goes up?
Yes. Is this going to be the Giants that have fought in Philly and fought in Tampa and only lost by a field goal, which are 2 games they could have easily won? They could easily be 2-2 right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, 2 field goals make them 0-4, 2-2.
Right.
A fucking punt to the 20 makes them 2-2.
Yeah. Or is this the Giants team that hosted Detroit and laid an egg?
Yeah.
Because if the Giants show fight, then that's all you can ask.
Yeah. You want them, like, listen, if you lose and it's a hard-fought game, fucking San Francisco at least showing heart.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying if the Giants can win, I mean, if the Giants beat LA, I think they can get some momentum and actually rattle off a couple wins and, be back to where, you believe that they're decent and they can be good. But if they show up against LA and get housed in their own house, the season's over. The season's over, right? The only reason I'm optimistic on them is because I have how they've played the past 2 weeks, where they put together a half against Philly, and then they put together a complete game, sort of, against the Bucs, and barely lost.
Oh, all right. So next on the list,
get better, but I think they can. I'm going to go with the Giants here against.
I got the G-men too.
All right.
Philly hosts Arizona.
On one hand, Philly looks pretty good. They have a hell of a defensive line. On the other hand, their secondary is shit. And you have veteran.
My thing is, Arizona lost their running back.
They lost David Johnson, but they have Andre Ellington.
And like you said though, can their secondary if it's
and Brown and the thing is Palmer is a very wily veteran, and if Palmer gets time, he can pick you apart. This is where it really comes on the Eagles line. If Fletcher Cox plays, I don't know if he is playing.
I didn't see it. Wasn't.
All right, if that line if that line can get to Palmer, it's going to be a long day.
Oh yeah.
But I am going to take Philly has problems with Arizona. They always have. I'm going with the Cardinals.
Philly at home. I can't.
I am. I've seen them play Arizona before, and it doesn't matter where they play them. Arizona always gets them.
Pittsburgh hosts Jacksonville.
Gotta go with the Steelers. because Jacksonville has lost to the Jets. Blake Bortles, you never know which one he's showing up.
But that's what I was about to say. Which Jacksonville team? Going to get the team that came against the Jets, or are we going to get the team that came against the fucking Ravens?
And the team that beat the Texans. Yeah. You don't know which. Where you look at the Steelers and they're consistent. I'll go with consistency over, flashy.
You know what you're for flashing the.
And also Pittsburgh's home, so I'm going to go with Steelers.
Agreed. Oakland, a injury-ridden Oakland versus Baltimore.
And this is in Baltimore, isn't it?
No, this is Oakland.
I don't know if the Raiders can put up points with E.J. Manuel at quarterback. Therefore, I'm going with the Ravens.
I agree. I am going the Ravens also.
They got to lean on Marshawn Lynch, and I don't know if Lynch has that much in the tank to be leaned on.
No, I fully agree. The LA Rams take on Seattle Seahawks. It's in LA.
It's in LA. Seattle plays horrible on grass. I'm going with the Rams.
The way the Rams been playing, they are for real. Rams by 3.
I'm getting the Rams by 10.
Really?
Seattle can't play offense. Seattle, you look at Seattle's best offensive game. Was
against Indy.
The Colts, and the Colts suck. You can look at it. It's like they're nice and flashy, and they're it's nice they score, but they suck.
I wonder what Greg thinks in the chat. He thinks the Rams are getting at least a wild card this year.
I can see it. I think the Rams are going to win the West.
Did one of us?
No, we were still on the Seahawk bandwagon.
No, but who did we have coming out for wild card?
We had a team from the East. It's like either the Cowboy. Yeah, it was the Cowboys. No, it wasn't the Cowboys. It was the Eagles. It was either the Eagles or the Cowboys. I think you had the Eagles. I had the Cowboys. And then I had the Vikings.
That's right. You had Minnesota. That's
because
right.
the North looks incredible, but you're starting to see the North doesn't look that incredible anymore.
No. Speaking of the Cowgirls, they take on
in Dallas, and I see Dallas losing to Green Bay again.
In Dallas. Your Sunday night game. Unbeaten. Travel to Houston.
Damn. Deshaun Watson's been good. But the Chiefs.
Here's his test.
But the Chiefs just. I think the Chiefs are the best team in the league right now. I gotta go.
They are. They're 4-0, and I'm agreeing. I think they keep it close. First 3 quarters, the fourth quarter, Kansas City throttles them and head.
I got it. Yeah, and the funny thing is, after the Monday night game, I'll say it quick, and this will be the ending point.
Monday night game is why Minnesota travels to Chicago for Mr. Trubisky's first ever start.
And I think Chicago wins.
Yeah, it's home. Monday night. The kid's gonna have. Let's see what you got, kid.
He provides a spark. I think Chicago wins probably. I don't think it's close. I think Chicago wins maybe 21-10, 28-10, or 28-14, 17, something like that. I think Chicago wins. I'll give Chicago 27. I'll go Minnesota 13. Because Dalvin Cook's hurt. So you don't know any. So now they have Latavius Murray, and who knows how he's doing. Is Bradford going to play? And another thing is, if Bradford doesn't play, do you really believe in Case Keenum?
I'm going to take Chicago for 14.
You're going way overboard. I think Trubisky.
I'm going 20. I'm saying I think the defense scores 14.
I mean, this still is a Minnesota defense that is pretty damn good. That's why I'm only giving Chicago maybe 27 or even.
What
7.
I'm saying is, I think the defense of Chicago is going to.
All right, I can see that.
That's the only reason why I'm going 20 over, is because I'm not saying if it's an offensive game, they win by 14. If it's a defense gets it, they win by 20.
All right. So this is. All right, so I guess this is my ending thing here.
Yeah.
Colin Cowherd said something today, and the funny thing is usually I'm like, oh, he's an idiot. But I think this time he's sort of right.
But I did not hear anything about this.
Okay, he said basically, if you look at the Chiefs, and you look at Andy Reid's record, through Philly and the Chiefs, he's won like 65% of his games. That is better.
Coach.
That is better than most coaches like Mike Holmgren. Like, I mean, that is a top 5 coach. And he said that, and Philly ran him out. Philly ran his ass out. I mean, they ran him out of town on a rail. You know what I mean? Like, good, blah, 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 blah. And he said maybe, like, Philly's got to be some of the dumbest sports fans in America. And based on that right there and his record, his winning percentage and what he's done with the Chiefs, where he took a Chiefs team that was horrible and he's made them contenders almost every year since he's been there. I mean, there is, you know, the Andy Reid shit that does pop up, but I mean, you look at, he had McNabb. McNabb was an above average quarterback, not one of the greatest. Most of his receivers were average, except the one year he had T.O. and they went to the Super Bowl.
He knows how to win. That's
right.
It. He knows how to win. He doesn't know how to win the big games, but he knows how to win.
Andy Reid teams usually have a decent defense and the offense is hurting. He's never had, except for that one year where they played the Patriots, where he had a defense that was awesome and an offense that was almost as good. And the Patriots found a way because it's Bill Belichick and the Patriots, and who knows, maybe they videotaped the signals. I don't know. That's neither here nor there. Andy Reid this year has a hell of a defense in the Chiefs. He has a lightning fast running back in Kareem Hunt. Alex Smith is playing above average. He's found the wideout chemistry, at least, and he has a hell of a tight end. I mean, and the way it looks right now, the Raiders are going to drop a couple games with Carr out. The Broncos, their defense looks great, but their offense, yeah. And the Chargers.
I got our prediction.
All right.
You have.
All right. The Chargers are the Chargers. That's it. The Chargers are the Chargers. You can't say anything more. The Chargers are the Chargers. So so the Chiefs look like they could have the West in hand. And the thing is, you look at what Andy Reid has done after he left. You know, he's just continued winning. He had a couple bad seasons in Philly, and, you know, he's trying to turn it around. And Philly ran him out. And Cowherd basically said, like, you know, the Philly fans look pretty dumb right now. I'm like, yeah, they do.
Yeah. Oh, they do.
because they were like, Reed's gotta go, Reed's gotta go. When look at what all the shit Reed does. I know they want to ring, but there's one team,
bringing in one of the new picks.
Yeah, there's one team out of 32 that wins a ring every year. To have winning records and constantly make the playoffs, except for I think it was like a couple seasons, is a hell of an accomplishment. But Philly wanted more. But and they got Chip Kelly, then they ran him out. They got Chip Kelly and ran his ass out, and now they have Doug Peterson. Maybe Doug Peterson will do the same thing. It's like they got rid of Andy Reid for something that was sexy, and then they didn't want sexy anymore, and now they have like Diet Andy Reid with Doug Peterson. But this is Diet Andy Reid without Andy Reid learning from his mistakes. This is Doug Peterson now, making the same dumb mistakes that Reid made in Philly. And yeah, so that's my take. All right, sorry.
Yeah. But with that being said, let's pull this train to the station. Thank you to the one new follower that hit the follow button while we were doing the podcast. Nerdy Geek 27 actually followed us while we were doing the show.
Sweet.
Yes. Thank you to Greg in the chat room. I know he's there right now. He was talking about bringing the replacement refs back.
They could be better. Who knows?
With that being said, I am F and Ronnie. You can follow me on Twitter at F and Ronnie or at the Nerdport. Follow us on Twitch at the Nerdport Network. Follow us on YouTube at the Port.
I thought you had an extra thing to say. I thought you had something extra to say, or you just wanted to get the endings.
I'll do the endings and then I'll tell you when we go off the air.
All right, cool.
Chris, plug your shit.
All right. Follow me at MisfitNXC on the Twitter, Facebook.com/Trips and Monstar for the Trips and Monstar show. The Trips and Monstar show will be back. You might get 2 episodes. I don't know, because we will be doing an episode. I think we're watching Pass Through, talking more American Horror Story goodness, and apparently the My Little Pony movie is coming out this weekend.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a thing. Oh yeah, shit, that's another thing too. I'll finish up. When you're done, I gotta plug the Salty Splatoon.
Yeah, so I think we're gonna talk probably Kingsman. I think it is, because I'm trying to remember what I saw 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I think it was Kingsman. That was the last movie I saw, was Kingsman, yeah. We're going to talk some of that and probably some other things. You never know with the Trips and Monstar show. We're probably going to have a little bit of a rant on Trump. You never know.
That's not this place anymore.
Yeah, and the Hardcore Roundtable, hopefully we will do a show this week. You can follow that on pwponderings.com. PW Ponderings for all your news, views, and reviews in the world of independent professional wrestling.
On Thursday, I'm down to do a quick review and tip off.
Quick
preview.
Talk Down with the Sickness and then talk the Wolf of Wrestling. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. You can also listen to us every Sunday at 9:30 p.m. as the Salty Splatoon, where we do all the news and reviews for pro wrestling and movies. This week we are reviewing WCW Halloween Havoc 1990.
Oh God.
Yes, last week we reviewed Death Note. That should be on YouTube tomorrow.
I didn't have a problem with Death Note.
No, neither did we. There was a lot more questions that I had questions with it, but at the same time they set it up for a sequel.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm F and Ronnie.
I'm Trips.
We will see you guys Thursday live, but we will see you also we'll see you guys next week for the Nerd Zone.
That's right.